My name is Malcolm Reed, Dean of BSMS for most of its second decade, after the founder Dean, John Cohen, and the pioneers who launched BSMS had done such a fantastic job in the first decade. Over the last 10 years, BSMS has increased substantially in size and achieved a fantastic reputation for outstanding education and increasingly for the quality of our significant and internationally recognised research.
I was the first dean of the medical school from 2002 when it opened until 2013. It was a huge challenge, but it was enormous fun. We had to plan everything from the entrance criteria, the curriculum, even the colour of the gowns that we were going to be using. We only had about 15 months before the first students turned up.
My memories of setting up BSMS are good ones, but there was an incredible pressure of time. John Kay, who was Associate Dean back then, told Wilmot Dixon, who were the construction company for the medical teaching building, that above all else, it could not be delivered late. I had an extensive to-do list at that time, and it covered everything from recruiting key professional services staff to the colours of the academic dress that students or graduates would wear when they exited Year 5.
Being one of the first members of professional services staff in 2003, literally it was skeleton staff. I came into my interview with buildings still being put up, rooms still being done. So now to have a fully fledged medical school with all the students coming in, completely different.
I have been with the BSMS over 15 years now. It's been a long and exciting journey. When we started, it was beginning to develop as a new medical school.
I was at Brighton and Sussex Medical School between 2003 and 2009, which means that I was in the first year to ever start at BSMS. I can't believe that it has been 20 years since the medical school opened, and it seems like only yesterday that I was a 17-year-old going to Falmer campus for my medical school interview. BSMS has given me so many fantastic memories, and I've made so many friends during my time at medical school, and we remain in touch to this date.
I was at BSMS from 2012 to 2019. One of the key skills that I gained was at BSMS were my research skills. I've been applying that in my career as an academic GP trainee, but also as a research assistant at the University of Oxford, and I have my master's from BSMS to thank for that. One of the things that I think I really benefited from whilst being at BSMS was the small, intimate environment that allowed me to really thrive, that allowed me to interact with professors as well as other lecturers that pushed me and encouraged me throughout my research career.
I've been in this role for 1 year and I'm very proud to be the course lead in BSMS's 20th year of existence. We've grown from a small school to a middle-sized school, and there may be demands upon us with the workforce plan in the NHS to increase our cohort again over the coming years. And I think that I would like to certainly thank everyone that's been involved from day one, and particularly how we've transitioned through growth to where we are now. That includes faculty. We've had an amazing growth in faculty, and we've also seen great engagement with our regional partner trusts. And I think we can truly say that we are a medical school that represents coastal, rural Sussex, and expanding up to our partners over in Surrey and across with our collaboration at KMMS.
The amount that goes on behind the scenes with all of us, from school office staff to the administrators, the lessons wouldn't get planned, the teaching wouldn't happen, and the course just wouldn't run. So we wouldn't get the doctors that we've ended up getting. So I think we do play a massive part in BSMS.
Since 2003, Brighton and Sussex Medical School researchers have led studies with impact at local, national and global levels. Within the last 10 years, case studies based on this research have scored highly in the Research Excellence Framework exercise.
It has been wonderful to see how diverse BSMS has now become and will continue to be a priority in coming years, as will be the focus on sustainability, both for BSMS, its partner universities and the NHS, and increasingly the environmental impact of everything we do as we move forward.
I think we've seen a lot of innovation throughout the course, which has been driven by students and by faculty, innovations such as Time for Dementia and Time for Autism, and particularly the work that we're doing around inclusivity, accessibility, and decolonising our curriculum. I think the future looks bright for BSMS, and I'm really happy to be part of it.
It was an enormous privilege to be in at the beginning, and I'm so pleased to see the school now going from strength to strength.
BSMS is a unique place, and it's been fantastic to see the medical school grow and thrive over recent years. It's always fantastic to bump into fellow graduates from the medical school, even if we were not there at the same time, as there is so much that we share, so many familiar stories, and so much that makes BSMS such a unique and wonderful place to be a medical student. I really am incredibly grateful to my time at medical school, and it's absolutely fantastic to see the school continuing on here 20 years on from when it first opened.
When I think about how far the medical school has come in the past 20 years, I feel incredibly proud. We have fantastic staff and students. Everywhere I look, I see people going above and beyond.
I think probably the highlight for me is seeing the first very nervous students coming in when they first started, to then go into the first graduation and seeing them all become doctors, which is what the school was open for, and it was just great to see them all achieve, becoming the doctors that they wanted to be.
We have had a very varied range of events and activities for the next year, and hope you will join us in celebrating and reflecting on our collective achievements and thinking about our future contributions as we move into the third decade of BSMS.